Hello, everyone. This is JD Calderon, and this is Indy Comics Explained. And one more time, I brought on another fantastic book, and this is Ballad for Sophie by Felipe Melo and Juan Cavia. Read this book a while ago. I saw it in previews, as I do most books, and it just looked intriguing. And every now and again, I like to take a punt, just to see. I mean, sometimes you take a risk, and it pays off. And this was definitely a good payoff. It's produced by Top Shelf. I'm sure it's still available. You can find it around. But it's a beautiful book. Obviously, European. Um, from probably a band dessinée. I guess these two gentlemen, I believe they're from Spain. I guess one was from South America. Really read their bios to just before this, but the work in here is just beautiful. I mean, and here's the thing: the artwork is only matched by the writing. Um, the story is just a fantastic story. It's about a young lady. She's a reporter. She's looking to speak to this older gentleman who's a musician, and he's been out of the spotlight for a while. He's just older at this point. He's retired, and the story continues. And she wants to get his life story for a paper, and there are a number of reasons she wants the story. It's not just for the paper, but there are other reasons. There are other underlying reasons that I don't want to give away. And there's just some fantastic things in here, and it's just a great story. And there's some very metaphysical sort of undertones to the story. There's a portion of the story where he's playing. You have this gentleman who I believe ends up being his manager, and this is also ends up being his stepdad at some point. This is his mother and him, and it's a child. And and it's just strange that he has the head of a goat, and it's never explained why. But I guess this is just the lens that he sees this person through. He's just like, oh, this is that sort of thing. And maybe it's the demonic nature. Maybe it's just he just considers him an animal. I mean, who knows? But I just find it very, very interesting that you have all these other characters, all of them are human, and then you have this goat-headed guy. It's just really funny. I love the anachronistic approach to that. But again, there's other things that goes on in here. Oh yeah, there's some adult stuff in it. But like I said, it's a fantastic story of a young man, of an older gentleman telling his life story to this young woman. And this young woman, she, like I said, she has her own reasons for wanting to get this story from him. And the artwork is beautiful. There comes a point where you can see as he plays the piano, one of the things that happens is he ends up floating in the air with the piano. And it's just fascinating to see that. And I'm just wondering from an artist's point of view, I myself am a writer, and there comes a point where you start writing, and if you write hard enough and intensely enough, there comes a point where it feels like that, like you're floating. Um, you're not actually floating, but it's just something you feel, right? So it's difficult to explain. I'm pretty sure other artist types have felt this type of release where you just feel like you're hitting another level. And like I said, this story just has everything. As some adventures, some romance, but definitely a touching story. Great stuff. Oh, and here's the scene where you see him, and he's playing and he's floating, and the young man sees that, and he's just like, it's incredible. He doesn't understand how he's doing that, and yeah, it's you know, great story, great stuff. Definitely worth pursuing, seeking it out. Like I said, the artwork is fantastic. Both of these gentlemen's, I mean, they have nothing but my utmost respect. And I mean, I'll have to look into it, but I don't know if they've done anything else together. But it would be really interesting to see what they do as a follow up. So, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Go check out A Ballad for Sophie, right? And like I said again, thank you so much. Have a great night. Please hit like, hit subscribe, share out the video, and subscribe to the channel. And like I said, you can share it out. That would be really nice. We're looking to grow the channel. It'd be nice. And thank you so much, and have a great night. Bye bye. Oh, and one last thing. JD out.